Bees are scary, but how scary are they? Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at 6 psychological bee facts, which includes their strength, their sense of smell, their sense of hearing, their vision, IQ, and their speed. But before we get into all that, I want to thank all my viewers and subscribers, both new and old. You will be millionaire before this year ends. And to those who also want to be a millionaire, just subscribe to my channel and your wishes will be granted. Now, let's get started. Number 1, their strength. Now this one might surprise some people, but bees are actually much stronger than they look. The average honeybee weighs in at around 60 milligrams, yet it can lift weights up to 25 times its own body weight. Now, to put that into perspective, if you were to try to lift nearly double your body weight, you would struggle mightily to do so. So imagine being able to lift over double your body weight easily. That's the kind of strength that bees have, and they use this strength for a variety of tasks, such as collecting pollen and nectar from plants and carrying it back to their hive. They also use their strength to defend their hive and their colony mates. In general, they can sting multiple times if they want to, and even though their stinger is not technically poisonous, their sting is extremely painful. It's estimated that a bee sting is about 10 times more painful than a wasp sting, which is already quite painful. So you can imagine that a bee's strength should not be underestimated. Number 2, their sense of smell. Bees have an incredibly keen sense of smell, which they use for a variety of purposes. For example, they use their sense of smell to find flowers that are rich in nectar and pollen so they can collect them and bring them back to their hives. They also use their sense of smell to identify other bees in their colony and distinguish them from bees in other colonies. This is important because it helps them avoid conflict with bees from other colonies. Additionally, bees can detect pheromones released by other bees, which allows them to communicate with each other without having to physically interact. Pheromones are chemical substances that are released by an animal to communicate with other animals of the same species. They can convey a variety of messages, such as alarm or danger, or they can be used to attract mates. By detecting these pheromones, bees can respond appropriately and take the necessary precautions or actions. For example, if an alarm pheromone is detected, bees may start to sting and attack the source of the threat. Or if a mate is detected, bees may approach and attempt to mate. Overall, bees' sense of smell is a valuable tool that they use for a variety of important tasks, from finding food to communicating with other bees. Number 3, their sense of hearing. Bees have 2 main types of hearing receptors, tympanal organs located on their thorax. These organs are sensitive to vibrations and allow bees to hear sounds within the range of 200 Hz to 30 kHz. While this is not as sensitive as human hearing, which can range from 20 Hz to 20 kHz, it is still impressive considering the size of bees. Bees use their sense of hearing for a variety of purposes, including communication, navigation, and predator avoidance. For example, bees can communicate with each other through a series of clicks and buzzes. These sounds can convey information about the location of food sources, the presence of predators, and other important information. Additionally, bees use their sense of hearing to navigate and orient themselves in space. By listening to the direction of nearby sounds, bees can determine their own position and adjust their flight accordingly. Finally, bees' sense of hearing can also help them avoid predators. By detecting the sounds of approaching predators, bees can evade capture and protect themselves. So while bees may not be able to hear music or birds singing, their sense of hearing is still vital to their survival and well-being. Number 4, their vision. Bees can see in color and have a much wider range of colors that they can see compared to humans. They can see ultraviolet light, which is invisible to us, and they can see yellow, blue, and violet colors, which are the most intense. Bees are attracted to certain colors, particularly blue and purple hues. This is because bees can see these colors as well as the ultraviolet patterns on flowers, which help guide them to the plant's nectar and pollen. Bees' vision is also much sharper than ours. allowing them to navigate and forage more efficiently. They have the ability to see objects that are very far away, as well as objects that are close up. This is thanks to their compound eyes, which are made up of many individual lenses and photoreceptors. Each lens focuses light onto a particular receptor, which then sends a signal to the bee's brain, allowing it to see a detailed image. Bees can even see polarized light, which is light that has been reflected off of surfaces and has a specific direction of polarization. This allows bees to navigate over long distances and maintain a consistent flight path. Overall, bees' visual capabilities are truly remarkable and play a vital role in their ability to survive and thrive. Number 5. Their IQ. Bees have a higher intelligence than you might think. They are capable of learning and remembering complex tasks and can even be trained to recognize themselves in the mirror. Bees have the ability to learn through both rewards and punishments. For example, if a bee is rewarded with a sugary solution after performing a certain task, it will be more likely to repeat that task in the future. Similarly, if a bee is punished with an electric shock after performing a certain task, it will be less likely to repeat that task again in the future. Bees can also communicate information to each other through a form of dance known as the waggle dance. This dance involves the bee wagging its abdomen and moving in a figure 8 pattern. The direction of the bee's waggle run indicates the direction of the food source relative to the sun. The duration of the run indicates the distance to the food source. Other bees in the colony can then use this information to find the food source. Bees are also capable of abstract thinking and can understand concepts such as zero. They can also use tools and have been observed using leaves as a water filter to obtain nectar and pollen from plants. Bees have a highly developed olfactory system, which allows them to detect odors that are very faint. This allows them to locate flowers that are rich in nectar and pollen from many miles away. Overall, bees' intelligence is truly remarkable, and their cognitive abilities are far more advanced than many people realize. Number 6. Their speed. Now, bees can fly at speeds of up to 15 miles per hour. That's about 24 kilometers per hour. At this speed, a bee could travel from Los Angeles to San Francisco in just over an hour. But of course, bees don't usually travel at this speed. In fact, they typically fly much slower. However, they are capable of reaching this speed if they need to. Bees' ability to fly at high speeds is due to a combination of factors, including their large wings relative to their small bodies, their lightweight exoskeleton, and their powerful flight muscles. These adaptations allow bees to fly quickly and efficiently, which is important for a variety of reasons. For example, bees need to be able to fly quickly in order to escape from predators. They also need to be able to fly efficiently in order to conserve energy while foraging for food. Additionally, bees' speed is important for pollination. When bees fly from flower to flower, they need to be able to move quickly in order to maximize the amount of pollen they collect. Overall, bees' speed is a remarkable adaptation that allows them to perform essential tasks such as escaping predators, foraging for food, and pollinating plants. In conclusion, bees are truly fascinating creatures. From their strength and senses to their intelligence and speed, there is much more to bees than meets the eye. While they may be scary to some, it is important to remember that bees play a vital role in our ecosystem and should be respected and protected. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And if you have any thoughts or opinions on the subject, please share them in the comments below. We hope that you learned something new, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.